Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So my last video I was speaking Spanish and I had so many DMs, so many comments, and people were just asking me, oh, how did you learn Spanish? They were really interested. So of course I decided to make a video explaining exactly how I learned. But I just want to say, like, put out there, I'm still learning. So yeah, so I'm not perfect, of course. If you speak fluent Spanish, you saw in my last video, I did make a couple of mistakes, but I learned and I know what the corrections are, so boom. Anyways, first, please like, comment, subscribe. Please, if you do leave a comment, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I know more people are suggesting Spanish speaking videos, so I'll try to do some more videos and incorporate Spanish in there. It's not going to be completely a Spanish speaking channel, of course. I'm still going to do some English speaking videos. But anyways, let's get into the video. So guys, first, I did take Spanish since I was in 8th grade. That's when I started in middle school, and basically I took it for about 8 years. Let's see, let me count. So 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, my junior year of high school. Did not take it my senior year because that would have been AP Spanish, and for some reason I didn't want to take it. Skips that, goes to college. With my major, I had to take a foreign language, so of course I chose Spanish, so I took 4 semesters of Spanish when I was in college, and I got a better grasp of it. So after all of that time, guys, I still only knew basic Spanish because I didn't really practice it. I learned it in school, and I don't want anybody, like, if you want to learn Spanish and you were learning it in school and you still don't know anything, do not be discouraged, because that is completely normal. It's just the way that they teach, everybody does not catch on to. And on top of that, if you just learn Spanish in school and you don't talk to any natives or anything like that, you're gonna come out sounding like, I say, a Spanish teacher, or like, like, not Siri, but Google Translate, like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Like, así. So you don't wanna sound like that. So first thing that I did, well, I want to get into the story. So what really made me get into Spanish again, because I really wanted to learn it. I was just lazy. I had school. I just didn't feel like doing it. I don't know. So what really made me get into it is I worked at a bank, and I worked, I was back and forth between 2 branches at a point in time. So the first branch, the original branch that I worked at, I worked with 3 Latinas. So we had one girl, Crystal. I love them, so they don't care if I say their name. But Crystal, she's Cuban and Peruvian, and she's married to a Puerto Rican man. Then you have Nas, who's Puerto Rican, and you have Stephanie, who's Colombian. And all the time around me, I'm just listening to, like, them speak Spanish, and I could understand some of them, but it's just like, they speak so fast. So I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, wow. And then there's so many clients that came in there that spoke Spanish, and a couple of times, like, they would just assume that I knew Spanish. So some of them would just come up to me and just start speaking Spanish, and I'll be like, don't know. So it was half and half. Like, some of them would just like, oh, I need somebody to speak Spanish. Some of them would just talk to me automatically. So with that, me being around that environment, I was like, I really want to learn. I really want to help the customers. If they're not here, I want to be able to help them. So the first thing I did was, I started writing down phrases, like common phrases that I use all the time. And because, like, I always spoke it all the time, like using bank transactions, like, first thing I learned was like, how can I help you? ¿Cómo le puedo ayudar? Simple. So it's just like, I just kept doing that. I was asking them. I learned coño from my coworkers. That's the funny thing. I learned coño from them. And then after that, I started watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm trying to figure out a way, like, okay, how can I actually speak Spanish, and how can I learn it effectively with my time? Like, I worked full time just graduated. I started working there when I was in college, and after I graduated, I was just, I do a lot. Like, I do a lot of stuff. So basically, the first thing I did was I went on YouTube, and then I discovered, wow, every video that I came across was like, listen, if you want to learn Spanish and you want to sound like a native or as fluent as possible, pick an accent. Pick a country and learn how to speak like those people. Talk to those people, learn their slang, learn the way they pronunciate their words, their flow, because everybody doesn't have the same flow when they're speaking Spanish. So I started to listen to, the different accents, which culturally, it stood out to me, I guess, right? So I don't know if you might on the next clip see some examples of different accents, just so if you want to pick from here, I can, put some videos of different countries speaking to see which one you guys like, right?
Hace un poquito de calor. Sonará extraño, pero se me antojó un cafecito.
¿Todavía no le has cambiado el aceite a tu carro?
Ay, nena, que I don't have time.
Pero nena, ¿te peinas o te haces rolo?
Están en Barcelona cenando ceviche con cerveza.
Y 3, modelar. Ahora quiero abrirme paso en el mundo del modelaje, así que esos serían mis 3 objetivos.
Sí, boludo, pasame tal cosa, o che, viste tal otra, o bueno, te llamo después. Una diferencia de acá, que en vez de decir
tranquilo, es muy pausado, es muy diferente a los otros españoles, pues es muy diferente al español de diferentes países.
Mira, te encanta ese flow de que casita de madera, el agua se mete, vaina.
Claro que esta es la esencia, y la mayoría de la población dominicana, tú sabes que descansa.
So of course, like, a Mexican person doesn't sound like a Dominican person. A Puerto Rican person doesn't sound like a Colombian person. Somebody from Argentina does not sound like somebody from El Salvador. Like, like, it's so different, and especially like the Caribbean, and like it's so like, and you start to learn the history, so you just start to pick up on like certain things. Like, for example, if I can, sometimes from Argentina, because like the Italians and Portuguese have migrated there, it sounds a little bit more like Italians, like speaking really good Spanish. Like, it's like a sh. Like, como se llama. I don't know how to say, girl. If you from Argentina, don't judge me, because I can't do y'all accent that well. And then you have Spain, and that's another thing. Spain and like maybe Argentina and some other countries use vosotros. Most of Latin America does not use vosotros, guys. Like, you learn vosotros in school and nobody uses it. Unless you want to sound like a Spaniard or somebody from Argentina, or depending on the country, you're probably not going to use vosotros. And I think in school, a lot of times we do learn Spanish, sometimes Mexican Spanish, depending. Like, and then you have different words. Like, you have to be able to study. You just have to really study first the actual linguistics, right? I think that's the word, like the linguistics and the characteristics of accents. And I also just advise you to continue to do that throughout the your journey, so you can know, like, oh, okay, in Mexico sometimes they use coche, in other countries sometimes they use carro. Like, it depends. Like, in Dominican Republic they say guagua, whatever. Some people say autobus, somebody say bus. Like, it just depends, but anyway, so I'm gonna first start how I really started, like, get into it. So an app called Pimsleur, I think, is like $14.99 a month or $19.99 a month. It does cost money, yes, guys, but it's an audio learning app. I loved it, guys. Like, for 5 months straight, I did not listen to, like, really any music in my car. And so it's 5 different levels. Each level has 30 lessons, and they're all audio courses. So I just played it in my car, and it just repeats things. So it'll have a conversation in Spanish or whatever language you want to learn, because it's not just Spanish, but this is just what I did. So it just has like a conversation, and then it'll break down that conversation, and then it'll ask you questions like, where did Maria go to the store or something, and you'll be like, oh, and you know, answer in Spanish, and it's just very repetitive. It's really good with listening, with auditory, and with speaking. Great. And then they have flashcards and different activities you can do on there. And while I was also using that, I was using Babbel. I love Babbel. It was something I could do at work, like just, you know, little quizzes, tests. Now I did start with just the Spanish of Babbel. I ignored pretty much the vosotros part because I'm not going to be using it, but I know how to use vosotros based off of school. I don't need to keep studying that. But I just use that, you know, and there's like, it's beginner, it's like pre-beginner, beginner, or like newcomer, something like that. Then you have like pre-intermediate, intermediate, pre-advanced, advanced, stuff like that. Then you go on to Mexican Spanish and you learn business Spanish, blah, 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 blah. So you do that while you're doing Pimsleur. I would say if you, depending on like how much time, 30 minutes a day is good. If you really want to get it more into it and you want to learn faster, an hour a day. If you could do more than that, 2 hours a day. It's all up to you. I will always continue to write down common phrases. Common phrases are good because you get that in your head. Like, you're like, okay, this is how you say it. And then you know, like, if you hear that, it's just, I can't really explain it. But yeah, write down common phrases that you use. Like, if you find yourself talking and you're like, oh, how you say that? How you say that? You might want to look it up because you use it all the time in English. So probably when you talk in Spanish, you're going to use that same phrase. On top of that, I did do some miscellaneous apps here and there. Like, I do use Gritty Spanish sometimes, and that is to help you get familiar with different accents. And it basically is like an audio, like a story you listen to, and it breaks down the slang, and also like next to it, it will have the meaning of it, and it'll have one side of the entire script in English and the other side of the entire script in Spanish. It's great. I recommend it. So those are the main apps that I use. Oh, then Italki. Italki is an app where you have tutors. It has the country that they're from. So if you want to talk like a Colombian, you might want to talk to Colombian professors. Yeah, and it depends on, they have different rates. I suggest like picking like 4 teachers and kind of and kind of like paying for the trial class, because that's usually like really cheap, like $3, $5, $2, $1, depends. And you kind of just like see if you like them, and then you can go and do the hour lessons or the 30-minute lessons, the real lessons. So yeah, I use that. I still use it all the time. I talked to 2 women. They're from the Dominican Republic. I love them. They're so nice. One of them I would recommend. I would actually recommend both of them, to be honest. I know one of them has a YouTube. Liselat. She teaches a lot of like how to speak like a Dominican, the slangs and everything like that. So if y'all are interested in looking at her, I will link her her page below, because she can help a lot. The other one's name is Catherine. She's amazing and she's so sweet. They're both so sweet. But yeah, I talk to them all the time. We just have a conversation. I have talked to some other people, like there's another lady named Darlene, and she is so sweet too. She's from Santo Domingo and she is amazing. And she's so sweet. I just haven't had time to talk to her lately, but when I do have time, like within my week, because I usually talk to the other 2 ladies, I try to get her in there somehow. If you hear that, that is my roommate's dog. He's funny. But yeah, so anyway, so yeah, Italki definitely tutors and stuff like that. Then you gotta go on to Hello Talk. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm gonna try to hurry up and talk. Then you have Hello Talk. Hello Talk is where you can connect with native speakers. So you do your like, you can like kind of make your preferences what it is, but there's people that's interested in learning English and they are Spanish speakers. They're gonna chat you, or you can chat them, and you can video call them, voice call, text, all through the app. And oh my gosh, guys, this is, I feel like, what really helped me. The key to being fluent is by conversing. You have to have conversations. I am a scaredy cat. To this day, I'm scared. Like, I'll go into a restaurant and I'll be scared to speak Spanish. Like, even though most of them speak Spanish, they're like, I'll be terrified. Like, I'll be making stupid mistakes, like just stupid stuff. I don't know. But it's normal because it's not your first language. But guys, like, most people are gonna appreciate that you're trying. And if they make fun of you, then F them. Like, whatever, they're assholes. Like, because you over here, you got an accent when you speak in English and nobody making fun of you, but you gonna make fun of me because I'm speaking Spanish. Like, no, that's not what we're gonna do. So if you come across anybody like that, F them. It's not your fault, because they over here trying to learn a language just like you. They gotta talk too. So that is great, like conversations. And guys, guess what? If you cannot move to another country, because everybody's like, oh, you gotta immerse yourself. I didn't move to no other country. I did not. What I do is I simply listen to Spanish music all the time. Dembow, reggaeton, salsa, bachata, merengue, all of that. I listen to it all the time, all day, every day. More than English music. And I watch TV in Spanish. Now, you're going to hear a lot of videos like, oh, don't watch TV with English subtitles. Guys, I did that and it worked for me. Sorry. But, yeah, so... So yeah, where was I? Oh, so yes, I first started off by watching Spanish shows, YouTube videos, whatever. I love Caso Cerrado. Oh my God, guys, like, I'm addicted. And everybody's like, oh, it's fake. I don't care. It's funny and I love it. And I can hear different accents and it's hilarious. So I first started by listening, like by watching shows, but putting English subtitles, because you start to connect the words like, oh, they keep saying that. That's what that means, because you can see the English word. And after a while, once you feel like you're at that level, watch Spanish TV, YouTube, whatever, with Spanish subtitles. And eventually you won't need subtitles. I still watch it with subtitles because I don't be understanding everything. So I still do that. I've been studying consistently for a year and 6 months. So it doesn't take too long. I think I'll be like really fluent in another 6 months. And yeah, but I speak Spanish every single day, guys. Every single day. Text in Spanish every single day. Watch TV, all of that, every single day in Spanish. It's consistent. You cannot you can't study one day a week and think you're gonna be fluent. You have to, it's an everyday thing. And I say every day, I say 7 days a week, guys. But if you love it and you love the culture, do it. And you have to learn about the culture. You have to learn about the food. You have to learn about it, because you're gonna go into a country and they're gonna call you negro or negra, morena, moreno, gorda, gordita, whatever, and you're gonna be like, why they calling me this? Like, that's not rude there. So it's like, you have, like, that's normal. So you have to realize, like, you really have to learn the culture too. But I think I covered everything pretty much. So basically, converse, do what you gotta do little fun challenges with your friends, make some friends that speak Spanish, and boom, that's it. And that's pretty much how I got to learn it. I'm going to try to link all of the apps that I use below the video and everything like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, leave a comment, DM me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm starting to make some TikToks now, whatever. You could just follow me on my social media, and you're welcome to DM me or anything like that, like people have been doing. And thank you guys so much for supporting my channel, and have a great day, guys. Bye, or night, whatever, whenever you're watching this.